Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Welcome to Goodwill. We're back at it again. Right off the bat here, I see a Santa Cruz. It's a skateboarding brand. I see a jacket here, size small. On the lower end, on the smaller size, generally you want to do the XL or higher is my preference. However, the logo on the back was pretty messed up, so we were going to leave that there. When it comes to clothing, and I do occasionally pick up clothing, I will in the future do a clothing video and what I find. I generally start about the large and I work my way up. So the large, XL, 2XL, and you know, if there's anything beyond that. When it comes to shirts and clothing items that are, you know, sized in that manner. As far as like pants and stuff with the waist size, the inseams, all that, generally anything the larger end of sizes for men and or women do really well online. So, excuse me, pardon me. With that quick little look at that jacket, I'm gonna jump over here, take a look at some shoes. Those were fake. Jordans. There was no tag. There was no tag internally on those. That material was completely off. So you do have to be careful when it comes to shoes, especially Nike, especially the popular brands or the popular styles like the Jordans, the Nike Dunks. Anything that's very popular is, you know, is faked. So be careful. Sometimes even unpopular things are faked, which is kind of odd because why would you want to do that? But there are all kinds of fakes out there. You got to be on the lookout for them. You got to kind of know what you're buying. Be familiar with what you're buying. So that way, you know, you can spot fake ones. This here is, these are all from Target. They're all brand new in the box, and sometimes they can be a really good score because they're brand new in the box. And the profit margin on something that's lower in the box, I will definitely take. Less if it's brand new, easy to list, easy to. If it's something large and it's going to take up a lot of space, generally I will pass on those things. Even if it's new in the box, like the large dinosaurs they sell sometimes for Jurassic Park. It's just that it takes, you know, up so much storage, first of all, and then trying to find a box to ship it. These would be easy, but I'm having a tough time. I'm having a tough time justifying the price. I don't see them moving very quickly. I think they were $8.99 or $9.99. They may or may not go for around $30, but I think that'd be with free shipping. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna put them in the cart for sure, and I'm gonna walk around and see what else is here. See what else I can pick up. Or they were $8.99. They wrote it in Sharpie. You can get that Sharpie out, by the way, with just a little bit of alcohol. Don't use too much alcohol, just enough. Put it on a little rag, and you can wipe off that Sharpie. That comes off pretty well. Checking out the jewelry here. Yeah, nothing really good that I saw. And a lot of that jewelry's been sitting there for a while. They don't turn over their jewelry that much here. And at most of my Goodwills in my area, the jewelry doesn't really turn around that much, or turn over that much. So once you see it, it's usually going to be there for a month or two. They still have a bunch of the wrestling action figures in the glass. They're just way overpriced. There was an action figure inside the case I wanted to take a little closer look at, or see what the comps are. It was a Spider-Man, it was a cyborg Spider-Man figure. And I think it might be good, but they had it priced up, so sometimes those items from Target, because they're still on shelves at Target, may be a bit of a longer tail item, depending on what it is. Legos always sell if you get it at a good price. Legos will sell well. Like with other figures, you may have to wait until Target takes them completely off the shelves, and then eventually they'll start selling. I have that happen many times, and it just depends on your business model. It depends on if you're willing to wait for that profit. And if the price is right, I will definitely wait for the profit. Because I had a bunch of I bought a whole bunch, tons of NECA figures that happened to still be on shelves at Target. This was end of last year, I believe. And all of a sudden, one by one, they just started selling off on eBay. Just one by one. Boom, 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 boom. They started selling. And I think I only have maybe not that many more, like 3 or 4 more. And I got a huge case full of them. Just different ones, like Predator. I got, it was like an Ace Ventura. A whole bunch. And they sat for a while. I listed them all. They sat for a while. They were all brand new. And got a great deal on all of them. And I just waited. And they're all selling. I'm already in the profit on those. And, it's... Once I sell off the last few, it'll be a great profit at the end of the day. Find some purses here. I find some, what looks like... the camera angle here at this one wasn't... I didn't have the super view on my GoPro. Super wide view on my GoPro. So it might look a little different to you guys. But I'm finding some like tactical gun holster things here. This looked weird. This was like a purse brand. It's called... I'm gonna pronounce it right, like Brahma, but it looks like they almost took like some sort of a purse and made it inside out. Kind of weird. Picking this up because it says Super Mario 3, but it's those little like plastic beads, and you kind of melt them into to glue them all together. Definitely gonna take a look. I'm gonna grab some of this stuff from here and then put it in my cart and then look at it later. Some more tactical stuff. Turns out that tactical stuff wasn't really worth that much. I guess it has to be like the real leather stuff. That was all nylon. But definitely take a look at it. You see anything tactical, anything from the military? I would grab it and just take a look at it, see if there's any... hopefully there might be like a maker's mark on there or something. I mean, maker's mark, a brand name on it. So you can easily look it up, or you can Google image it. But take a look at that stuff, because I've had great luck with holsters and tactical gear. As a matter of fact, I just sold some handcuffs. I think I were in a flea market video, I believe. I sold some handcuffs from there for 20 bucks. Vintage handcuffs, and no key either. So they sold. I got them in a bundle deal, which probably came out to like $1 or $2 for the cuffs. So still looking here. And the reason why I stopped at this cart is because, we're here towards the latter part of the day, so I'm pretty sure the shelves have been gone through already. This guy was kind of wandering around the Goodwill, stopping at different areas. And I don't know. There's some people that go to Goodwills and they're just... It just seems like, it's just somewhere where they're there just to hang out and kind of chit-chat. And not that I don't mind that. It's just, when you start to approach my personal space and, I'm focused, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I'm no problem. I don't mind engaging, but I didn't feel like engaging on this night. Even though I think he tried to chit chat a few times and just make small talk and like, oh yeah, and then I kind of just move along. Or maybe he was seeing what I was picking up, and he's like, what is this guy picking up? And he's, you know, following me around. I don't know. But I don't like people following me around. Unless I know you. I don't like strangers following me. I don't know how everybody else feels about that. I'm picking up these the silverware. I don't know if it was a good deal. I'm still tossing around the idea. Yeah, throughout this whole trip, I'm kind of like, should I get them? Should I not get them? They're false graph. I'm going to definitely give them a look up here. The hard part with silverware is usually to get the most out of it, you have to piece it out. And there's a lot of people on eBay that'll sell, like their listing will be for knives, forks. You know, like one listing will be knife, fork, dinner knife. And then you go into it to look at it, and it'll be like, oh, select which one you want. And you can, I don't do that on eBay, but you can do that where if you have, you know, like this, for instance, like all false graph silverware, you could sell them like one by one. You can make one listing and put them all into one listing and be like, select what you want. I don't personally do that. But some people do. And when I'm going back and looking at comps, it kind of throws me off. I don't know, is it, you know, I go in there and oh, look, it was for a fork, and I go look at it and it takes me to their current listing. So I can't, I mean, I see what the fork sold for, but I kind of want to, you know, go through and see. I don't know. It just kind of throws me off. I don't really like it. I don't use that feature, but other people do. And it's just, you know, I don't know. Does it make you, you know, more successful as far as, you know, selling the items go? I do know if you have a, you know, like a large quantity of something, like, I have some, charm bracelets. They're all the same. I posted them up. I had like 200 of them, and I just created a listing of 200 of those. It's not one where you have to select which one you want because they're all the same. It's just a quantity of like 200 and something. And as people, you know, from what I know about eBay's algorithm and what I've read, is if you have something with a large quantity, and as people start buying that it should hopefully become a little more popular and get more views or maybe more recommendations. I don't know. If anybody's heard of that or know of that, please drop a comment down below. But I've had that happen before. I've had like the same exact thing, and so I put like quantity 4, 5, or 6 or whatever. And then as one goes, all of a sudden another one goes, and another one goes, and another one goes till they're sold out. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that's what it is. It just kind of, it gets moved up the rankings as far as how many views and stuff it gets and potential buyers you may have. Let's see, what else? It's kind of bare on these electronic shelves. And I haven't been finding much in the way of electronics here at this Goodwill lately. I mean, that could change. I mean, the next day I go, it could completely change, and all of a sudden they have, you know, tons of cool electronics to be going through. But you never know, and then you get stuck with FOMO, the fear of missing out. So then you just go every single day. But that would be a waste of time. I mean, if you go to I think if you go to the Goodwill, same Goodwill, every single day, you're going to just be, you know, you're just going to be finding all the same stuff all the time. I mean, we go to this Goodwill at least once a week, and even then, I still see a lot of the same stuff. But there's some pretty good turnover, and I have gone to the same Goodwill, you know, back to back, you know, on, you know, a Thursday, then go back on a Friday and see what they have. And boom, I found some great stuff. It happens. So it just, you know, do you have the time to do that? Do you, you know, how far is the Goodwill from you? Is it going to cost you a lot to, as far as like gas and time to go there one day, find stuff, and then go right back again the second day and maybe hopefully find stuff. That's up to you. You have to, you know, depends on your sourcing routine. Maybe you only have one thrift store, one sourcing area in your town. You know, it might work for you. That thrift store might get all the good stuff, so they're constantly turning over things. All depends on where you live. There's a guy that I watch here on YouTube, and he's over in, I think he lives over in Missouri or something. But he has to go, he drives, I think about an hour, probably, I think he said about an hour or two out away from his home to go to the Goodwill bins, because that's where he has to go to get his inventory. So everybody in this journey of reselling is different, and you know, where you're getting your inventory, you may have to drive an hour or two to get to it. This is a Halo game. Doggone, my camera angle didn't catch it the whole thing, but it was a I think I'll show it again. But it's a Halo figure. I think it's pretty modern. I don't think it's that old. It was priced not bad, and it goes for about $20 to $25. Halo stuff is really good, especially Halo. I think they used to be called like Mega Blocks, or I think it's just Mega now. But it was like the competitor to Lego. But if you find like the Halo ones, or the loose or in the box is obviously preferred. Call of Duty, any of those, you know, famous big games, you know, pick those up. Those do extremely well, and they're usually great profit, depending upon what you're buying them for, of course. Depending on what your buy cost is. I should say, so long as you're not paying what we call collector prices. And collector prices are basically what someone is going to pay for it to put it into their collection. They're not necessarily they're not going to resell it. They want it because that's what they collect, and they're going to pay a price that a collector would pay, which would typically be what an item is going for on eBay. It shouldn't, you know, collector prices shouldn't differ that far from what eBay prices are. So I can't pay collector prices, but I'm hoping to find items on the shelves that collectors are looking for, because collectors are usually willing to spend. I'm a collector. I spend a lot on Legos. I mean, Legos is one of the things I collect, and I do spend a lot on Legos. Too much, probably. Okay. So here we are. We're over here. We're in the white glass area, or white pottery. I always say white glass, but white pottery. There might be milk glass in the area. That bowl might be a milk glass bowl, but oh, I'm looking up that. I'm checking out this Halo guy, just making sure. Yeah, look about 28, 21. I'm probably going to price this thing about... I'm definitely going to ask for shipping. I'm going to do shipping. Always ask. I recommend everybody always ask for shipping. Because, you know, that shipping cost can really eat into your budget. Or your profit, I should say. And you should really eat into your profit. As far as how you want to do the shipping, completely up to you. Or how much you want to charge for shipping, completely up to you. I know a lot of people, they do a flat rate. Flat rate is great because it's quick. You know, you just plug it in and boom, that's it. That's what they pay. I don't even really think you need to put in dimensions for flat rate, because you're just gonna, you know, you're gonna box it up the way you want. They pay that rate no matter what. And they'll probably work well if you're just into selling, you know, a certain type of item. You know, just like you're just doing clothing, you're just doing shirts, or you're just doing jeans, or you're just doing shoes. That could probably work well for you by just doing a flat rate. When you're shopping, when you're looking for stuff like I look for stuff, things are going to be different shapes and sizes. So that's why I do calculated shipping. Yes, it takes a little bit longer to get my items up, but it's not that much. And everything generally fits into the boxes that I already pre-order. So I have a bunch of boxes in different sizes, and I've talked about the different sizes before. And those work for the items that I'm shipping out. There are occasions where the box or the item I'm buying is going to go into some weird box shape, especially older vintage items, vintage hard goods. I don't know. I find vintage hard goods to be just weird sizes. And so I got to buy weird boxes or find weird boxes. So far, so good. I've done pretty well. I save boxes. My parents save boxes for me. My sister saved boxes for me. I don't really have a problem as far as boxes go. And I order pretty much all the same sizes, and that accommodates probably like 95 to 97% of the items I regularly buy. Here I am looking at this thing again. So always keep in mind shipping calculated, as opposed to flat rate. Make the decision. That is a Scrabble. I thought it might be worth something, but it's Scrabble pieces that, and it turns out it was already open. Scrabble pieces you put on your refrigerator. This I'm buying as some. It reminded me of. I used to go to. Well, I went to a church, Christian church that is, when I was little, and there was a person who, me and our family, we were close to and hang out with them a lot, and she always had those pins all the time. So it kind of reminded me of her in my childhood, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grab those pins. And there's other things in there which hopefully maybe can resell and makes a little bit of money on, but I'm not buying that to resell necessarily. But going back to the shipping really quick, the shipping, so when you're first starting out, for those people that are starting out, they're seeing this video and they want to get started and try to resell to make some extra money, my recommendation would be to buy stuff that is lightweight, under a pound, so that way you don't get killed on the shipping. And then I would say select flat rate shipping and just charge the maximum something's going to cost if it's under a pound. I mean, you can send it up to a pound and you'll still be fine. It has to be a pound, which is 16 ounces or less. And I think it's $6.55 is going to be the maximum amount for shipping. This is an Indiana glass decanter, and I'm seeing some prices on here that gave me pause to concern. Gave me pause for concern. Because I'm like, dang, is this thing going to be worth $100? But it looks like the whole set. And the stopper looks a bit odd on this one. Look at you saw the bottom of that stopper? It has like an extra chunk on it. It turns out like just the decanter itself isn't worth too much. And I think they wanted $16 on it. They wanted way too much. So that made my decision. And then the weird stopper too. The stopper was just a bit weird, and so I didn't know, is that like a stopper from something else that someone put there with it? Is it, I don't know. But like I was saying, if you're just starting out, my recommendation would be to get things that are a pound or less. Mind you, that does include the weight of your shipping supplies, whether it's a box or preferably, if you can get away with sending everything in bubble mailers, that would be amazing. I love those shipping days when everything just goes in a bubble mailer. It's so easy. It's so quick. Barely any packaging material, maybe some bubble wrap, but that's about it. Love those days. Don't always have those days. So my recommendation is to try to get things that go into bubble mailers. So that means you might not be picking up a lot of glass items. You might not be picking up things that are going to get crushed. But it will help you learn the process. And then as you start to learn the process of, first of all, picking out items, second of all, shipping those items out, and then learning the cost of these things, you will get better. And then you'll start to learn, okay, maybe I can, ship out something that's a little bit bigger, that's over £1 pound. Maybe I'll need a box, because boxes also, they weigh quite a bit. When I send out hats, I put those in boxes, and the hats are generally about 2 to 3 ounces a hat. And then once you throw the box in there, it's 10 ounces. Boom, right there. It's about 10 ounces. So probably about like between 8 to 10 ounces with a box. So that's a pretty big jump. I mean, if you get something that's 5 ounces and then you throw a box in there, that's going to kick it up to maybe close to £1 pound, maybe more than £1 pound, depending on what kind of boxes you're getting too. There are some heavier boxes than others. So be cautious. And my advice, like I've already said it a few times, is to use bubble mailers and buy items that will go into bubble mailers that will be less than £1 pound. Generally, a bubble mailer is right around 1 ounce. Like the standard, I get, I think I get 9x14 bubble mailers. So, see, something like that little box thing right there I just pulled out. That's nothing, but that would be great. And you probably put some bubble wrap around that and throw it in a bubble mailer. Boom, gone. And maybe you also want to start out with a lower profit margin. Just make a few bucks here and there, just to get used to it, just to get your feet wet. And so that way you learn the system. And then again, charging the shipping. My recommendation in the beginning, just charge a flat rate. I think it's $6.55. When you create your first listing, you'll start to learn like what the charges are. Play around with it a little bit, play around with different shipping options. Just try to get used to it. But charging a flat rate makes it easy. And when you go to create your label, it might be a little bit less than that. And so, take that money that's a little bit less than the shipping, or take that money, that little bit of money that you may make that maybe they overpaid in shipping. And if you want to be a nice person, you want to be a great seller, you can refund them if you really want to. But consider that, what we would call like shipping and handling charge, which is basically like the cost of the shipping supplies, because it costs you something to send that out. And on occasion, yes, there are some times where the shipping was a little bit overpaid. Am I gonna, send back a, 88 cents? I mean, it's gonna probably cost, it's probably more of a hassle to send back 88 cents than, it's more of a hassle to send that out than what it's worth. I might as well, that's good. That could go towards my shipping supplies. Is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing? Let me know what you guys do. I know some seasoned resellers that do flat rate, and some of them, sometimes they make a little bit of money on that, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes it goes a little bit over. So it's kind of a balancing act. But I do calculated shipping. That's just what I know. It's what I think works best when you're shipping just a bunch of bizarre sized items. Lot of talking for me, guys. Let me know what you guys have seen on the shelves. Let me know if there's anything I should be picking up. Not too much here tonight. I'm not gonna like load up my cart here tonight. And again, my intention is not to load up my cart on these videos, because I'm trying to go slower to show you guys what you should be picking up, what you should be passing, the process of me looking at stuff and what I'm putting in my cart. This here, I didn't know what it was. Tell you the truth, I did not know what it was I had in my hand. And I was going back and forth on it. Should I get it? Should I not get it? What is this? Put it back. But something was telling me, and you'll learn that as you start picking up stuff, as you start going to Goodwills, you're going to see those things where you'll be like, should I get this? Should I not get it? You know, it just comes with experience. And ultimately, it's like a fountain pen set. And it's probably about 50 or 60 bucks for that set. I'm going to pick it up. See, even though I put it back, I'm still thinking about it. Like, it's in my brain. I'm still, like, going back and forth. Like, should I get it? Should I not get it? But I'm going to get it. And that'll probably be the biggest... I think that's the biggest score of this trip right here. Look at me. Like, fake, like passing it up. No. See? I grab it. It reminds me of... I don't know if this store was nationwide, but when I was a kid, there was a store in my city called McWarther's, and it was just all stationery. It was amazing. I mean, when I was a kid, I liked stationery. I mean, I liked pens and mechanical pencils. They had a bunch of all kinds of mechanical pencils and pens and paper and compasses, school supplies, whatever. Amazing store. That's what that reminded me of. Some more stuff here from Target. This was probably valuable, and I probably should have picked it up. There were a lot listed, but there were still, there were still quite a few sold. I don't remember exactly what the sell-through rate was. Sometimes you have to tap it to make it find the UPC code, but I'm just going to search it by name. They generally put like that line through it, but sometimes your phone can still read it. See, not bad. A lot of those are free shipping. You could still get away with charging close to what they're asking and add the shipping to it. You could still kind of get away with it. Especially if you promote your items. There will still be buyers that will buy it. It won't necessarily deter buyers. But free shipping does give you like a little bit of a bump in the... it kind of appears before other listings. It's more appealing to buyers, and therefore eBay will bump it up higher than maybe yours that has shipping. But so long as you're, fast shipper, a reliable, seller, some people might, take your item over others because they know that that item is going to get to them quickly and safely. There's a brand, I can't remember the name right now, but there's a brand of, they make like little, purses, they make organizers, folders, and it has that, that map, print on it. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name right now, but it's all leather. It's a really good leather. It's good quality. And it's really good. So I definitely, whenever I see that map pattern, I pick it up really quick and look for the... I hope I come across it again in a video. I can't remember. I know I've sold it before. I'll have to look it up in my solds. But it does really well. Let me see if I can find it really quick. But it's definitely searching these... I found a Brighton purse recently, so that'll be in the future video. Not a purse, a little tiny like wallet. So I'm like, oh, now it's got me on the hunt. Should I find it? Patricia Nash. Be on the lookout. Bolo alert. Patricia Nash. Leather products. What I had bought and sold before was like a journal planner binder. It had like the map print all over it. Excellent stitching. Excellent quality leather. And picked it up for I think like $2 or $3. And that one sold for... Took an offer of $46 on it. So that was a really good buy. So be on the lookout. Patricia Nash. Usually there's like a map pattern on there, but I think some of this stuff doesn't necessarily come with a map pattern, so just be on the lookout for that name. Taking a look here at the bags, don't really see too much. Oh yeah, I grabbed that that floral bag. It was a Liz Claiborne, which isn't really something to be picking up, but it's vintage, and it has the crossbody, and it was only $6. I think I can't go wrong with, you know, it was $6 like 59 cents. I can't go wrong paying $6 something, and I think I'll probably get $25 for it. It's like that, got that vintage, kind of like that, what's that keyword? There's a keyword. I've been researching a bunch of keywords lately. It is, what is it called? I think it's called Grandmacore? Grandmacore, that's the word. Grandmacore, which refers to your stereotypical grandmother's fashion and related things. So I'm definitely going to use that keyword when I list that purse. Which generally I list my stuff, I try to list my stuff pretty quickly. So that way I don't have just a big pile of stuff sitting around. It's basically just money laying around that could be out there making me money. So I thought this purse was kind of interesting. I threw it in the cart, but I ended up not picking it up after all. I was going to look up the comps. There were a bunch of people here waiting to use the fitting rooms, and I didn't want to, you know, just be lingering there. I wanted to. I think I was going to try to look it up really quick, and then someone starts opening the door. So I'm like, oh man, let me get out of the way. Oh yeah. I thought it was kind of cool. It had a really interesting bag charm on it too, which I kind of like the bag charm. Kind of look like the Han Solo dice that he has. As I'm walking, I'm scanning the shoes here. Let me know about the clothing, you guys. I mean, I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm not really like showing you guys the clothing, just walking down the aisle. But if you spot anything, and if you recognize anything, I mean, some people, you know, I know for me, for certain things, you can get good enough to where you just kind of briefly see something. You're like, hey, what's that? Tory Burch shoes. Opted not to get them at the end of the day. They just had a little bit too much damage. And with my current shoe situation, being that they aren't selling that well, I opted not to do it. I was thinking they might go for about $30. Plus, it's coming to the end of summer. I know, you know, I live in California, so, you know, generally good weather all the time. So I know these would probably sell like in California, but I'm trying not to buy too many shoes. They really got to be spectacular shoes. Like if those are in great condition, I would have bought them. But they really got to be spectacular shoes. And today's Thursday, so it's a Chick-fil-A night for our family. And actually, I discovered finally how to use my Chick-fil-A points. I don't know why. The app just seems a little bit too confusing or complex. I don't know. But I asked the guy that when we pulled up to Chick-fil-A later in the day, I asked the guy, how do I use my points? And apparently you got to add it to your cart, and it adds it to the cart on the app, and then when they scan the QR code, it'll automatically see that you've added these free items to your cart, which turned out to be pretty good. I mean, our order is typically about right around $50 at Chick-fil-A, so it dropped it to about $23, and I didn't even use all my points. I think it's better than, you know, when I go to McDonald's, from time to time, I like their little cheeseburgers. So, and they're quarter pounders. It just has this, you know, feeling when I was a kid. So I will go to McDonald's from time to time, and I do have their app and their point system. They only let you use one deal or 1 point, you know, or not necessarily 1 point, but one You can use your points or you can use the deal, and you can only use it on one item for one order, and that's it. I'm like, ugh. But at Chick-fil-A, at Starbucks, you could use up your whole points in one shot, in one order if you wanted, which I like. I had like 14,000 Chick-fil-A points. It's crazy. The guy was like, you can eat for free for like 2 weeks. This is a really cool Columbia hat. I do like that style of hat. I mean, I'm not necessarily into the print. I mean, it's okay as far as the print goes, but I like the fit of the hat. But I wear a large XL. I have a big head. My fitted hat size is generally right around 5/8, 7 5/8. Scan of the hat, scan of the hats. I'm not looking at clothes, I'm looking at hats. Trying to see if there's anything, which, you know, I really should not be looking at hats anymore because I really haven't found that great of hat. This is a, what do you call it? Zelda hat. I'm like, oh, cool. $13.49. Like, oh, not cool. I put that right back. Like, oh, they knew somebody knew that was a Zelda hat and priced it up. I like these Guinness hats, and I wish it fit my head better because they have like a little bottle cap opener on it. I like Guinness. I don't drink too much beer, but I like Guinness, and I prefer more like wheat beers, German, Belgian style beers. All these New Balances here, but they were priced up. I think they were. I missed it on the camera. I thought I had that super view, super wide view, but they were $32. And some of those were Skechers. I know there's some like black on black Nikes, and that's kind of what I thought they were, but they weren't. But at this Goodwill here, they really do price up their shoes, so a little more challenging to find shoes to resell here at this Goodwill. Even within, you know, my same city, some of the Goodwills price, you know, lower, or some of them price higher. And that goes for all items. You know, I found crazy deals. But that's going to wrap it up. Here comes the recap for the video. Okay, everybody, welcome to the recap here. And got some great items to resell. After doing a little bit more research here, first of all, you didn't see this on camera because my wife picked these bowls up. They're rice or noodle bowls. They have a spot in here for your chopsticks to kind of rest. $3.39 each. The name of the character, if you guys aren't familiar, is Judama. Don't know how to pronounce it. But he's kind of like an animated egg, as you can see. Very popular little character, full of memes and stuff like that. But these should resell for about $15 to $20 a bowl. So, pretty cool bowls. These are, like I said, these are rice or noodle bowls. Pretty cool. Very popular character. See them a lot in some of those like Japanese stores that are popping up in malls. And there was 2 of them. So $3.39, not bad. Not bad. And easy to ship too. These wrap up. These will probably go inside a, let me see. Yeah, they'll probably fit in a 6-inch by 6-inch box. And piece of cake. Just like a mug. So cool bowls. Should be, you know, hopefully, once everything's said and done, $30 for both of them. And then total spent was $3.39, so $6.80. So hopefully right around a $20 profit on those. And the next thing, which I talked about, was this Liz Claiborne purse. It's a vintage purse. Definitely going to use the appropriate keywords
Grandma core is a keyword to be putting in there for this type of style. And so the tag's all wrapped around there. $5.20. Oh, it was even better than I mentioned in the video. $5.29. Kind of opens like that doctor bag style. And there's a Liz Claiborne tag, made in Korea. And the other thing too is it has the crossbody, connects right here on these little tabs right here. Has the crossbody. I tell you guys, make sure your purses have the crossbody if it's supposed to be with it. I mean, if this didn't have the crossbody with it, I wouldn't even buy it. I wouldn't even bother. Be a tougher sell. So, really cool bag. I don't know. It just reminds me of that old, like, if you guys ever saw Mama's Family, that's what that reminds me of. I was a huge fan of Mama's Family. And this is the vibe I'm getting straight from this guy. So, pretty cool little purse for only $6, let's say. Not bad. Not bad for $6. If it was more like $10 or something, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But because it was $5 something, I'm a buyer. These things... If you ever shop at TJ Maxx, you'll see these there all the time. $6.09. They're just glass paperweights. I forget what it's called. But either way, if you see these paperweights, they do hold value. Probably around $20. Some of them are a little bit more. It's like $25, $30. So for $6, I thought it was a pretty good deal. Hopefully make about, after everything's said and done, maybe about $12 on it or so. But not bad. And again, this will go in a box. Probably like a 6x6 box for this one. And I don't really see these at Goodwill too much. But I happen to see this there. And I don't think I showed that in the video. But for $6.09, I'm going to pick it up, post it for $20. And they have a great sell-through rate, apparently. They do. You know, a long time ago, I saw some of these at a TJ Maxx, and I was curious to what it was, and I bought one. And I had it sitting at work, in my work office, for the longest time. And I don't know. I thought it was cool. But apparently they sell right now. Everybody wants them. And then you saw the Halo figure. Halo, you know, for gamers out there, anybody, you know, it's in the pop culture, Xbox. I mean, Halo, not much more to say there. It's a Halo figure, brand new in the box. We paid $10.99, and we should get $20 to $25. And again, I'm willing to accept a lower profit margin if it's brand new, completely sealed, and it's something popular like Halo. So, you know, this would be, I'll list it and put it on my shelf. It is a little bit bigger. But I have plenty of space for something like this. So I'll put this on my shelf with all my other new items. And hopefully it sells pretty quickly. It is Halo. Oh, let's do this one right here, because this is definitely another resale. So these were the pens. These were the fountain pens. I never even really opened it. I guess I should have probably done that in the store. But press. Oh, that was what I was trying to figure out how to open it in the store, and I wasn't. Oh, it has a little tape right here. Let me take this tape off really quick. But it's old. It's vintage. Incredibly vintage. You can tell by the felt that it's sitting in. But, you know, some of these have sold for like upwards of $80, which is pretty crazy. I used to not, you know, I guess you would use fountain pens for calligraphy. But I used to want a fountain pen. I got a fountain pen, and I used it for a little bit, and I didn't use it anymore. Sitting around somewhere, probably in my parents' garage. So let's... And there. Well, these fountain pens... maybe they're not fountain pens. I don't know, but I looked them all up. I looked up the name and everything, and they go for quite a bit. Some of them sold for $80, so I don't know... Yeah, I only paid $4.39, so I know I'm going to make money. It's just a matter of how much money am I going to make on this. It appears to be missing one pin here. And it looks like they have ink cartridges. I wouldn't... these are probably dried out, but... And I would sell it without, you know, with just saying you probably need to purchase extra ink cartridges, because I doubt any of these still work. And I don't even know what are these little tools here. They have like little tools for it and everything. I don't know. I really don't know what all this goes to. But pretty cool and old, made in Germany. So I don't know. I'll accept 40 or 50 bucks for it, maybe less. You know, like I said, I only paid $4 for it. So sometimes it's worth the gamble to spend a little bit and hopefully make quite a bit of profit on this item right here. This could be the biggest score of the whole thing. So pretty cool. Definitely look out for that. Vintage pins. Yeah, no. It's good. This Rot Ring. I guess it's Rot Ring. Radiograph. ISO. Look out for it. It's a bolo. Well, I'll let you know when it sells. It'll be a bolo if it sells. Everything's a bolo if it sells. And then, I'll tell you how quick it sells too. And this isn't for resale, but these are pretty cool. I think they still make these, so it's not old or anything. It's probably not from my childhood, but these old Bic, you know, they have 4 different colors on there. Four colors in one, ballpoint pens. It just took me back to when I was a kid. So what else is in here? Hair clip, that's probably trash. So a reusable bag, or just a, yeah, just a little reusable bag in there. It's kind of cool. We can use that. This is a baseball wrap. San Francisco Giants. This might be worth a few bucks. Just a, just support your team. Just a little wrist wrap. Little leather wrist wrap for the San Francisco Giants. And this here's this is a Russ. This is a vintage, probably just a Christmas necklace. Just a, Russ Bernie and Company, made in Taiwan. So Christmas is coming up. So a little bell necklace. That's kind of cool. That might make all my money back on. That might make my $3.69 ready. Back. Another bell necklace. This appears just to be not handcrafted. Are you ready? Look inside. Oh, it's just give yourself a reality check. That's just a mirror. Yeah. So that's cool. Just a little mirror. I bet my wife would probably keep that in her purse. So we'll make our money back on this, and I got the pens I wanted out of it. So pretty cool. So that's going to do it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Not a crazy haul. We're not making crazy profit like our Goodwill haul. Our flea market haul. But let me know what you guys think about the shelves. Let me know what you guys think about the video, about the items I picked up. I appreciate new subscribers that are, joining the channel. Working my way up. My first goal here in subscriber count is 500. And I hope to hit that pretty soon. We seem to be growing pretty well, pretty steady. And I hope you guys like the videos. Let me know. Comment down below. Appreciate the thumbs up. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next video.